With the first pick in the 2025 NBA Draft, the Dallas Mavericks select Cooper Flagg from Duke University.
The Dallas Mavericks didn't win the lottery. Let's just get that out of the way right now. The Mavs were gifted Cooper Flagg by the NBA. And after watching how hard Coop's been balling this preseason, we now know why the NBA did it.
He had 7 assists. Came in one of their preseason contests last week. Block shot, Cooper Flagg. Does an over dribble. Steal. Cooper in transition, big finish.
Cooper Flagg has been showing flashes of his playmaking, his scoring, and most importantly, his defense. And with the decisions that the Mavs made last season, there's no doubt that this was a much-needed fix. But how much of this will translate into this season? And how far can the Mavs go with this Cooper Flagg and a healthy roster? Let's start from the beginning. The Mavs had a disastrous ending to last season. From one decision, everything went downhill for them. However, when Dallas got lucky in the draft lottery and landed Cooper Flagg, it felt suspicious to some, but to others, it felt like a chance for the Mavs to truly rebuild, a chance for Dallas to remain competitive in the league. A chance to pair one of the biggest prospects with established NBA champions like Kyrie and Anthony Davis. They needed someone who could do this.
Flagg against Ball. Oh, behind the back.
Got him.
Oh, Cooper Flagg reaching deep into the bag tonight.
And also do this.
So the best Steely Dan album.
We would get one of those references tonight. Flagg back on the floor for Dallas, leaving it for Powell.
The Mavs needed a player who could immediately plug the gaps and re-energize the franchise. From the GM to the owners, they had made it clear that they believe that defense wins championships. And we'll talk about Flagg's defensive impact and why it's the most important part of this whole move later in the video. But first, how much impact can a rookie have on a Mavs team that has AD and Kyrie? Well, besides the fact that AD is injury prone and Kyrie is already injured, Coach Jason Kidd already said this.
I want to put him at the point guard. I want to make him uncomfortable and see how he reacts, being able to run the show. We want to push. It's all right to fail. It's all right to turn the ball over. Just understanding the guys that I've been around that have been young, from Giannis, giving him the ball.
And Coach Kidd is just the right person for this because he's done it with Giannis in Milwaukee. And with the way that experiment turned out with Giannis, there's no reason not to try it again. And we'll soon get to what Coach Kidd said about this ongoing experiment. But first of all, the Flagg situation was the league's chance to revitalize a major franchise before it collapsed. Fans were protesting and were ready to boycott the team. It was clear that if something was not done, the Mavs, and by extension the league, would lose a ton of money. Also, with Coach Kidd at the helm, they were sending Coop into safe hands just like they did with Wemby. So it's really no surprise to see Flagg stepping into a real point guard role right away. But how is he doing? Does he look in control? Is he making smart reads?
Iona and Florida. Cooper, of course, a one and done, and he puts it down.
Flagg against Ball. Oh, behind the back.
Got him.
Oh, Cooper Flagg reaching deep into the bag tonight.
Coach Kidd is already raving about the youngster.
I thought he did a great job of finding guys. He found PJ for and one, then also being able to play off the dribble and shoot the three. So, you know, for an 18-year-old, it's kind of special and kind of fun to watch his ability to handle the ball in those situations, and he's only going to get better.
He is going to be, without a doubt, the X factor for the Dallas Mavericks this coming season. With Kyrie Irving sidelined to start the year, it puts a massive amount of responsibility onto the rookie's shoulders. But with his cool control in his debut, one can only imagine how much better he can get as the season continues. But let's talk more on what we're seeing during the preseason. As Coach Kidd said, Flagg immediately took on the point guard responsibilities. He created advantages and ended his debut with 3 assists, 6 rebounds, and 10 points. From clever steals to high IQ plays and passes, we saw a rookie control the game and stay calm in the face of immense pressure. In his second preseason game, he started showing off his bag. Coming off a screen, he calmly pulls up and drains a 3.
There's that dribble handoff action. The new action, that's good.
And Flagg right down the chute.
Then, following a block, he sprints to the floor, fills the lane, and throws down a lob. That's a textbook transition for Dallas.
There's so much length.
And the lob to Flagg. The Mavericks are in front. What a way to do it.
He's already showing that he can attack mismatches too. He goes one-on-one, gets into his bag, and knocks down a smooth, highlight-worthy mid-range jumper.
As we move along in this journey with Cooper Flagg, just getting started, there's going to be one moment every single night that makes you say, wow.
It just doesn't look like an 18-year-old player.
These are confident, veteran-type shots. When you sprinkle those in with everything else he's doing, Dallas has a completely different kind of weapon this season. And we expect this to continue even when Kyrie comes back. That way, when teams trap Kyrie, Flagg can keep the offense flowing. But, as the front office of the Mavs has made clear, the defense is what matters. So, has Flagg been effective there? He's been so effective that everyone has taken notice.
Player. I thought it was fitting that probably his most spectacular highlight was on the defensive end of the floor when he swoops in from the weak side, swats that shot off the glass, gets a fast break started. He might make a bigger impact defensively as a rookie than he will on the offensive end.
Now, this is where the league's gift makes the most sense. Defense has always been Flagg's bread and butter. It was the one skill everyone was confident would translate to the NBA, and we've already seen those flashes. Right on the very first play of the preseason, he sent a message. He came over from the weak side and swatted a shot at the rim, turning it into an instant fast break.
Isaiah Joe giving it up to Jalen Williams, and that is a block shot by Cooper Flagg.
Let's go. From the weak side, I like that. Oh.
And running the floor, AD finishes from D'Lo.
He's not a traditional rim protector, but he provides that weak side help. He reads plays, times his rotations, and uses his length to disrupt offenses. He fits perfectly next to guys like Anthony Davis, Gafford, and Lively. That front court is massive, and Flagg's ability to play off that size is a luxury Dallas hasn't had. He's showing how smart he can be in the passing lanes too. He jumps in front of a pass, instantly turning it into an easy transition bucket the other way. This defensive depth allows Dallas to utilize more aggressive schemes. They can take more risks because they have the backline help. And wait to hear Big Perk's breakdown of Flagg's defense. But before that, can Cooper Flagg fill in the gaps in the current Mavs team? When you stack all 3 pillars, the defense, the playmaking, and the scoring punch, you realize this rookie is special. This isn't a maybe 2 years down the line kind of talent. He's already earning trust on both ends of the floor. And with the talent Dallas has around him, it's clear that they are trying to win right now. The Mavericks have been one of the most underrated teams coming into this year, and it's because of this defensive foundation Flagg provides. Here is Kendrick Perkins explaining Coop's defensive impact.
If you need him to anchor the defense, he's a hell of a rim protector. And we got the film right here, Malik, okay? I broke down a couple clips. I want you to see, hell of a defender, high IQ. Look at him as a rookie, pointing, communicating, seeing ball, seeing man. Watch here.
You look at Anthony Davis. His defensive skill set has carried teams before. With the Lakers, he was stuck at the 5, forced to be the only rim protector. But now with the Mavericks, sliding him to the 4 frees him up to be a versatile game wrecker. He can take more risks, play aggressively, and lean into that defensive playmaking because Flagg and the other bigs are there behind him. This roster with Flagg might quietly be one of the deepest in the league. Off the bench, you have guys who could easily start on other teams. They can keep that length and defensive intensity out there on the floor at all times. I mean, we're talking Kyrie Irving, Klay Thompson, Cooper Flagg, Anthony Davis, and Derek Lively. That is a seriously good lineup. Remember when we talked about the league's star power deficit? Flagg's immediate impact solves that problem. He gives the Mavericks a legitimate path to be a top defensive team, which is something they haven't been since the championship era. The Mavs didn't win the lottery. They were given the solution. Cooper Flagg is the key to the 2025-26 season. He's the perfect player for the perfect system at the perfect time. He's going to take on point guard duties, he's going to lock down the perimeter, and he's going to be the secondary scorer this team has desperately needed. If the Mavericks are going to make any serious noise in the playoffs, Flagg is going to be the biggest reason why. And to show that he's completely ready for the NBA, he's already signing a shoe deal with New Balance. But hold on. Why is a top NBA player signing with New Balance and not bigger brands like Nike? The reason is quite deeper than you think. So watch why NBA superstars are secretly leaving Nike next.